Okay. Just film him first, and then I come in and say, who's there? Long live the king, leave.
I'm to record all the way through and you can edit it later.
Alright, just film him.
Go.
Who's there?
Nay, answer me! Stand and unfold yourself!
Long live the king.
Bernardo?
He. Pause! It is now struck 12. Get thee to bed, Francisco.
For this relief, much thanks. 'Tis bitter cold, and I am sick at heart.
Have you had a quiet, guard?
Not a mouse stirring.
Well, good night. If you do meet Horatio and Marcellus on your way, bid them make haste. Stand ho! Who is there?
Hola, Bernardo!
Say, what is Horatio there?
A piece of him?
Oh, we'll do it until tush tush start. Ah! Well, welcome Horatio, and welcome good Marcellus.
What? Has this thing appeared again tonight?
I have seen nothing.
Horatio says, but 'tis a fantasy, and will not let belief take hold of him. Touching this dreaded sight seen twice of us. Therefore I have entrusted him along with us, to watch the minutes of this night, that if again this apparition comes, he may approve our eyes and speak be it.
Tush tush, 'twill not appear.
Yes. Well, sit down a while, and let us hear Bernard. Oh, what the hell? Stop. Sit down a while, and let us once again assail your ears that are so fortified against our story, that we have 2 nights have seen.
Well, sit me down and let us hear Bernardo speak of this.
Last night of all, when yon same star which westward from the pole has made his course to illume that part of heaven, where now it burns, Marcellus and myself, the bell then beating 1.
Peace! Break me of this!
You arsehole!
Peace! Break me off! Look where it comes again!
In the same figure, like the king that's dead.
Thou art a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio.
Looks it not like the king? Mark it, Horatio.
Most like, it harrows me with fear and wonder.
It would be. Spoke to.
Question it, Horatio.
What art thou that usurps this time of night, together with that fair and warlike form, in which the majesty of buried Denmark did sometimes march? By heaven, I charge thee, speak!
It is offended!
See? It walks away.
Stay! Speak! Speak! I charge thee, speak! Cut. Which bit did we start? Oh no, 'tis gone and will not answer.
Yeah,
I was...
'Tis gone and will not answer.
How now, Horatio? You tremble and look pale. Is it not something more than fantasy? What think of you on it?
Before my God, I might not this believe, without the sensible and true avouch of my own eyes.
Is it not like the king?
As thou art to thyself, such was the very army he had on, when he the ambitious Norway combated, so frowned he once, when in angry pile he smote the studded poleaxe on the ice. 'Tis strange.
Thus twice before, and jump at this dead hour. With martial stalk he has gone before our watch.
In what particular thought to work, I know not, but in the gross and scope of my opinion, this bodes some strange interruption to our state.
Good. Now sit down. Cut.
In what particular thought to work, I know not, but in the gross and scope of my opinion, this bodes some strange eruption to the state.
Good. Now sit down. And tell me that he knows, with the same strict and most observant watch, the so nightly toils the subject of the land, and why such a daily cannon and foreign parts for implements of war, why such impressive shipwrights, whose sore task does not divide the sun from the weak, what might be tonight, with the sweaty haste, doth make the night join labour with the day. Who is it that can inform me? Cut.
Please cut. That can I, at least the whisper goes so, our last king, whose image even but now appeared to us, was, as you know, by Fortinbras of Norway, thereto picked on by a most emulate pride, dared to the combat, in which our valiant Hamlet, for so this side of our own known world esteemed him, did slay this Fortinbras, who by a sealed compact, well ratified by law and heraldry, did forfeit with his life all those in land, which he stood seized of to the conqueror, against the which a mighty competition, was gauged by our king, which had returned to the inheritance of Fortinbras. Had he been vanquisher, as by the same covenant and carriage of the artful design, is fell to Hamlet. Now, sir, young Fortinbras of unimproved metal, hot and full, hath in the skirts of Norway, here and there, sharked up a list of landless resolutes for food and diet, to some enterprise that hath the stomach in, which is no other, as it doth well appear unto our state, but to recover by strong hand and terms compulsive those foresaid hands, so by the Father lost, and this I take it is the main motive of our preparations, the source of our watch and chief head of this post-haste and rummage in the land.
I think it be no other, but even so, well may it sort the ports in this figure, comes armed through our watch so like the king, that was is the question of these walls.
A moth it is, so trouble on the mind's eye, in the most high and palmy state of Rome, a little ere the mightiest Julius fell. The grave stood tenantless, and the sheeted dead did squeak and gibber in the Roman streets. As stars with trains of fire and dews of blood, disasters in the sun and the moist star, upon whose influence Neptune's empire stand, was sick almost to the doomsday with eclipse, and even the like precursor of fierce events, as harbingers preceding still the fates, and prologue to the omen coming on, have heaven and earth together demonstrated unto our climates and countrymen.
Going.
But soft, behold, lo, where it comes again. I'll cross it though it blast me. Stay, illusion! If thou hast any sound or use of voice, speak to me. If there be any good thing to be done that may to thee do ease and grace to me, speak to me. If thou art privy to thy country's fate, which happily foreknowing may avoid or speak. Or if thou hast uphoarded in thy life extorted treasure in the womb of earth, for which they say you spirits oft walk in the dead. Speak of it! Stay and speak! Stop it, Bernardo!
Start from?
Shall I strike it with my partisan?
Okay, and go.
Tell me, wait.
Shall I strike it with my partisan?
Do if it will not stand!
'Tis here!
'Tis here!
Where's it going? Oh shit. 'Tis gone! We do it wrong, being so majestical, to offer it the show of violence. It is for the air, invulnerable, and in our vain blows, malicious mockery.
It was about to speak when the cock crew.
And then it started like a guilty thing. Upon a fearful summons I have heard. The cock bears the trumpet to the morn, doth with this lofty and shrill-sounding throat awake the god of the day. And at his warning, whether in sea, fire, in earth or air, the extravagant and erring spirit hies to his confine. And of the truth herein, the present object made probation.
It faded on the crowing of the cock. Some say that ever against the season comes, wherein our Saviour's birth is celebrated. The bird of dawning singeth all night long, and then, they say, no spirit can walk abroad, without so wholesome, that no planet strike, no fairy takes, nor which hath power to charm, so hallowed, and so gracious is the time.
So have I heard, and do in the part believe it. But look, the morn in russet mantle clad, walks over the dew on yon high eastern hill. Break we our watch up, and by my advice let us impart what we have seen tonight upon young Hamlet. For upon my life, this spirit dumb to us will speak to him. Do you consent we shall acquaint him with it, as needful in our loves, fitting our duty?
Let's do it, I pray, and this morning know where we shall find him most conveniently.